Be calling you a radical. So as much as I go off on NPR, thank you. This is historic, important, incredibly important. I'm the guy that named it the Big Z. I've been to that reactor many times. And so they have released, they've got their hands on drone footage and shown where one of the bombs, they're not missiles, they're not shells, they're bombs, has struck. So there's gigantic, the biggest spent fuel facility probably in the world, one of them anyway, definitely in Europe. So they're showing one of the missile strikes has struck right on the corner, right out, it looks like right at the left front corner of the spent fuel facility. Did the rupture fracture any of that spent fuel? Now listen to me, the spent fuel facility over there, yes, swimming pools, just like they all are all over here, they're not that stable. Not to mention, wow. Holy shit. Oh, wings, we will pretend. That scared the shit out of it. Call it airstrike on blanks. I thought that's what they were built for this exact situation. But anyway, wow. So the spent fuel, not only that, it's also, there's dry cask containers over there. They're dry cask containers above ground. They use water coolant. They don't use the hydrogen coolant. Of course, they MOX fuel right there. I'm telling you, all hands on deck, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Because here, the IAEA's there to protect us. As you know, I protest and fight with the IAEA so fucking much, it's unbelievable. They haven't done shit. And it isn't like we were forewarned. We were just talking about this just here at the university with some basketball players. And we were just talking about Joe, Bomboy. It was me and a couple of the cops were right here just visiting. I said, Joel left. As Brittany was entering, Joel got out. He was born in Ukraine. Playing in Moscow, you know. He's African American. You know, his dad did that. You know, like her. I mean, who's advising her? This whole thing is nuts, the way it's playing out. And by the way, so the salmon numbers, it's peak week on the Steelhead, they're a catastrophe. They're an absolute catastrophe. The 10-year mean, they're half of the 10-year mean. And, you know, the 10-year mean, it's been going on 11 years now. They are 10% of the 20-year mean. It's a nightmare. And I want to say this, the Biden bill, the Jon Stewart. Okay, you got this through. Not one word of the polygon. Not one word. Burn pits, burn pits, burn pits. While Biden was in Iraq, they used white phosphorus. What's in these spent fuel pools? Where do you think we get white phosphorus? Where do you think it's depleted uranium? Where do you think we get depleted uranium? Hello, hello. They sprayed depleted uranium all over Iraq. What about the polygon? They won't even mention. Yeah, burn pits are bad, no doubt. But the fact they sent troops into I was fighting. I was in D.C. in those days. 2002. Where do you think I got the scar across my face? I mean, I'm so stressed out. All this work I've done for nothing. I could use some funding. I could really, you know, I mean, back off your weekly, monthly funding of thousands of, hundreds of thousands to Trump and Alex Jones, and maybe give a guy who does some work a freaking chance. I mean, I need help. Fuck. Hey, you out there on the road, always doing what you're told. Can you fucking help me? Fuck, I do all this work. Come on. I need some funding. Fuck, it's outrageous. They staged the troops at the polygon. That's the Russian test site. Why is no one talking about this? Get your bill through. You know, Biden talks about his son. Good son, bad son. I mean, Hunter Biden in Ukraine. Think about this. Bo dies. Hunter's profiting from it. Of course, my brother did the same thing to me. Why isn't the Bo? Good son, bad son. Which is the good? Which is the bad? I mean, unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Come on, Jon Stewart. Open your fucking mouth about fucking the nuclear angle of this. You won't even talk about it's nuclear. The burn pits were burning nuclear waste. The polygons in the Nevada test site. Tsar Bomba of Russia. There's a big fucking story. The IAEA and nobody over there is going to tell you if one of those spent fuel pools were freaking busted open. You could see the fires. You could see the smoke. Are they in Zirk fire? Western zirconium's right there. You know, the whole uranium-235 they have to centrifuge from uranium-238. You're talking one of the biggest freaking weapons-grade sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboys, plutonium wars. I've been screaming about this reactor. Play back the tape. It's right there on YouTube. Long before this YouTube. And I mean, I've been going crazy about this the big Z right here on YouTube since 2010. Talking about this monster. And Fukushima on YouTube in 2009. And Diablo Canyon. And it's at TikTok, and we need more. This is a big story. This video, all hands on deck, all hands on deck. Geiger counters needed. Geiger counters up in Eastern Europe. Now we'll have to see when the wind blows, because the only people that ever tell us are the Scandinavians. And, you know, we're going to find out. And my guess is the IA is covering for them. Well, the United States always covers. And if you think they're going to tell us, one word. Fukushima. Stay tuned. This is a big story. Thank you, NPR. All hands on deck.